2018. I am David Brenner, coordinator of our adult education program. Please welcome South Portland Mayor Linda Cohen, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Good evening. I just have a couple of brief remarks that I'd like to make this evening. Thank you all for being here and supporting the graduates. If there's one thing I have learned, it's that education, good manners, and hard work will open a lot of doors for you. This evening, you're taking the very first step in opening some of those doors. Tonight, your friends, your family, your community, and the City Council stand with you and support your hard work that has brought you to this evening. Tonight is just the first step in your journey, and we'd like to wish you the very best of luck in wherever that journey takes you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Cohen. This year we had 14 students graduate from our program. As you can see, we convinced 8 to participate in tonight's ceremony, and for that, we are very appreciative. Although we only have 8 students on stage, we are definitely displaying quality over quantity. Each of the students earned their HiSET diploma. HiSET stands for High School Equivalency Test. It is a demanding test in 5 subject areas: reading, writing, math, social studies, and science. If you'd like to see for yourself, I'm happy to give you the 5 HiSET pre-tests. After taking them, your reaction might be, wow, these are really bright students. The students before you have a couple of things in common. First, for various reasons, they did not finish high school with their peers. Secondly, they never gave up. Once a student does not finish high school, it is easy for the student to see priorities shift away from academics to working a job or 2 jobs, raising a family, or just surviving in the world. School is placed on the back burner. But these students refuse to let barriers stop them from achieving the goal of earning their high school diploma. Before we recognize our graduates, I'd like to start out by thanking our 2 HiSET instructors for their commitment to our students, Barry Lewis and Joe Moore. I'd like to thank Administrative Assistant and Career Pathways Coordinator Ann Bolia, as well as our College Transitions Coordinator, David Morrow. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Besides the HiSET part of our program, we also have a strong English language learner program with our wonderful instructors, Tim Sturdivant, Andrea Rising, and Jennifer Goodine. Finally, I'd like to thank Portland Adult Education for the collaboration we have with that program. We offer the HiSET instruction, and we team up with Portland, who administers the official HiSET exams. Our partner at Portland Adult Ed is Krista Henderson, who makes the testing for our students welcoming, friendly, and encouraging. On behalf of our staff and students at South Portland Adult Ed, thank you, Krista. Our first speaker tonight is Ken Cunin, Superintendent of South Portland Schools.
I'm always excited to be here for a graduation, and particularly for this graduation, because I know how long these students have worked and how much effort they've put into it. And it took me a long time to plan for tonight. I started thinking about talking about a scene from Shakespeare, and I thought you all love that. I'm sure you love Shakespeare, but it's when Prince Hal, when he's still a prince before he becomes King Henry V, is being compared to Hotspur. And Prince Hal was sort of a ne'er-do-well and always partied a lot. And he said, well, once I start shining, I'll look that much brighter because of that I started out maybe with some challenges. And I thought, well, maybe that's not the right way to go. And then I thought about a little girl who actually started Children's Hospital. You've heard of Children's Hospital? But in 1849, it was a little girl who was the daughter of a Unitarian minister who saw children not having what she had in her home and asked her father what could she do, and he said start collecting some pennies and see what you can do to help children. And so she started something called Children's Mission to Children, and that grew eventually into what is now Children's Hospital. But I decided, no, that probably wasn't the right thing either. And then just across my desk today, I got a story of something that was really quite something. I know all of you have waited a long time for this moment, waited a long time to get your diploma, but you have not waited as long as Bertie Bickford. Bertie Bickford was taken out of school when she was in the 8th grade to care for a half dozen brothers and sisters. This was about 1932. She was born in 1918. And that was at the height of the Depression. And at that point, really only about 1 in 3 students graduated from high school. Only about 50–60% even went to a high school. But she really wanted to go, and she stayed home every day, and she would look out the window and see kids going to and from school, and was hoping that she could be in school someday, but she had a life. She had to help raise her brothers and sisters, and that's what her family needed her to do at that point. Just a few years ago, she met a woman, and they started talking a lot, and both had a shared love of French. And they talked and talked and talked, and she finally had told this woman that one of her dreams was to someday graduate from high school. And so I'm glad to announce a story that just broke today, WGME, that Bertie Bickford has been given an honorary degree by the Maine Department of Education. And so she had to wait a little longer than you to do it. She's 100 years old. She turned 100 in March. And so I'm just thrilled that you're here and didn't have to wait as long as Bertie Bickford had to wait for her high school diploma. She has been of great service to her family and to her community, and I know you too will be of great service to your families and communities, and we're so proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Please welcome South Portland High School art teacher by day, musician, husband, and father by night, Matt Meyer, and the Matt Meyer and the Gumption Junction Band.
Thank you and good evening. The fanfare is a short piece of music designed to signal something important which is coming up, which indeed it has. Congratulations, graduates of 2018, your hard work and dedication has paid off. What follows is our own humble contribution to the fanfare genre. Up next is a number from the inimitable Earl Scruggs, the late very great Earl Scruggs. This one's a little bit more up-tempo. I think it'll get everybody's blood going and get these graduates ready to get their future on. Congratulations once again.
How good was that? Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Mary Lewis, high-set math instructor, who will introduce our student speaker. Thank you, Dave. Hello. Dissatisfied with his high school experience at a time when home was getting stressful, our speaker started to navigate his own way to life. He became a pretty good navigator, finding satisfying work that paid well for a long time. And then change happened, and change always happens. Good navigational skills, while necessary, were no longer sufficient. There was a missing piece. Proof. Proof of being able to meet the challenge and rise to the expectations that school invites us all to create for ourselves. So our speaker had to respond to that invitation and create those things. He returned to the classroom and fulfilled the agreement with his future self that he had postponed more than 30 years ago. His accomplishment is a testament to an enduring commitment to both persevere through struggle and to keep hope alive when it is needed most, which are clearly features shared among all of our graduates here tonight. Because of your efforts, each of you is now better prepared to meet whatever changes are headed your way, and change always happens. We are so proud of all of you. Please join me in welcoming this year's student speaker, Travis Sutton.
Sob story that you brought up, the woman that waited 100 years. 33 years ago, I decided that school wasn't for me. I had a family. My parents were recently divorced, and things were tough. I was working hard. I was working a construction job after school, so I would show up to school early in the morning, work, go to school until 1, 2 in the afternoon, and then I would work a construction job. I could never figure out why I was making so much money working construction, and really what was there for me to continue going to school. Unfortunately, back in those days, in the mid-'80s, the opportunities just weren't there. For instance, some of the classes that I wanted to take weren't offered to me as a sophomore. You had to be a junior or a senior, and there was no getting around that. Case in point, during shop class, we would build a little recipe duck holder with a clothespin. And I found that completely ridiculous because when I left school, I was running heavy equipment and building houses. So it really wasn't, I felt I was getting nothing out of the school at that time. So I quit school, I went to work. I actually worked 2 jobs, helped support my brothers and my sisters with my mother. Eventually got married not long after, in 1988. So throughout the years, with a lot of hard work, I can honestly say that I've really never had an issue getting a well-paying job, but it always always was in the background, but I never finished high school. Well, it never bothered me because I did have some very well-paying jobs. I actually had several companies that I managed and owned. But here I am, pushing 50, and one of the things that I've never been able to do is further my education for some of my businesses that I've owned. I've wanted to take some accounting courses. Well, guess what? You don't have your high school diploma, therefore you can't take any extra courses at a local college. So the way things panned out this past fall, I was able to get some time that I've been waiting for 30 plus years. And I must say, it wasn't possible unless Mr. Brunner here pushed me. And he really, really made it possible for me to do this. Because even though my work schedule had lightened up, I found 1,000 excuses why not to go this week to finish my education. Or I'd go one week, have to miss a week for some other reason. But after a couple of months, I finally finished. So my experience being, turning 50 this year, and I look at my classmates here, as young as they are, I'm very proud that they finished their courses the way they did so young. Because they don't have to wait 35 years to figure out that, yeah, hard work gets you a good job, but there's more to life than just hard work. So I'm proud to see the students that are up here with me, and I especially want to thank Mr. Brenner and his staff for making this possible.
And as an aside to that, we knew who we had for graduates, and we really wanted to get somebody with some veteran experience. We decided we wanted to ask Travis Strack to be our speaker. He said, well, I'd be happy to do that. There's only one problem. I'm working in Georgia. But I'll fly back.
Yeah.
And he did. Next up is Joe Moore, our high set instructor, to present a special recognition award.
Congratulations to all the graduates. Bigger and better things are awaiting you. It's amazing. I brag about what I do quite a bit. Brag about the students that I have the opportunity to work with. I think the best word that I wind up using and explaining to people is amazing. It's just amazing, the stories that each individual has. It's amazing to see them come in and work, and to see them set goals, and to work towards those goals in a meaningful way, sometimes in their own way. It's just amazing. I do a lot of bragging. I don't get invited to a lot of barbecues and parties anymore because a lot of folks don't understand, I think, just how risky and scary it can be to go back to something that at one time might have not presented the most pleasant of opportunities. But all these individuals have come back, and in particular ways, for each individual, it's been scary and risky. But they've made the most of these opportunities. That's what's amazing. And they've worked hard. Things that are amazing are not easy. Otherwise, I think in life, everything would be amazing. Everything's not amazing. Everything's not easy. And coming to this outcome, graduation, it's amazing. And they are amazing. And we have an example of a student who is absolutely amazing. This is a student who I've worked with this year who has overcome many obstacles, many roles this individual plays, from mother to aunt to employee, working. She took on the role this year of student, and she hadn't been in school for a long time. But she took the risk, she faced the scary circumstances, and she's truly amazing. Snow, rain, ice, fear. She was here all the time. Even became a little game with me, because I would be arriving early and she'd already be here. So I'd say, I'm coming 10 minutes earlier tonight. She's already here. But when I asked David, how long has she been here? About half an hour. So I said, I'm coming in earlier now. This is a good thing. This individual worked and worked and worked. As a matter of fact, on a couple of nights when she couldn't come in, she asked for work. Because of some serious health issues, her mother came to school with her all the time, every minute, for that support. What I'd like to do is call both of these individuals up and have them recognized for the amazing things they've accomplished this year. I want to invite up Kim Robbins, and her mother, Ann Brenninger. Say come up, I'll tell you a little story. Kim has been asking for a memento of her time here at South Portland Adult Ed, and we want her to know just how connected we are to her and how connected she is to us, so that on some of the chilly nights when I know next winter she'll be out shoveling snow, that's one of her jobs, she can have a nice cozy sweatshirt and let everybody know she's part of South Portland Adult Ed.
Congratulations, Kim.
Thank you.
Next, to present our Student of the Year Award is College Transitions Counselor David Morrow.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Congratulations, graduates. Welcome, friends and family. Simon Cowell of American Idol fame, Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group and a participant in Shark on Shark Tank, Steve Jobs, co-founder of Microsoft, Oprah Winfrey, TV talk star, Dave Thomas, founder of Wendy's, Peter Jennings, the ABC News anchor, and renowned chef Wolfgang Puck, are all well-known, highly successful individuals who did not initially find success within a traditional high school program. What traits do these individuals have in common? Perseverance and a strong work ethic. Both Mr. Brenner and Mr. Moore have described the 2018 South Portland Adult Education Student of the Year in a similar manner. A young man with perseverance, a strong work ethic, who has dedicated himself to gaining his high-set credential and is destined for future success. At his young age, he's already been recognized for his work ethic and leadership by rising to the position of a manager in a local business. While working full-time in this position and also working towards gaining his high-set credential,
he attended nearly every high set class. On the rare occasion he would miss a class, it was because one of his other workers had called out, and he would have to cover that person's position in addition to working his own shift. Even in this circumstance, he would call in to notify his instructor of his pending absence. This speaks of his conscientiousness and dedication. Perseverance, a strong work ethic, a responsible, dedicated leader are all great traits that will lead to personal and professional greatness. As a college transition counselor, I'm excited to work with this young man because today is not the academic end for him, it's only beginning. College awaits. Please join with me in congratulating the 2018 South Portland Adult Education Student of the Year, Travis Connor.
And now we're going to hand out the diplomas. So give us a couple of minutes to adjust the stage a little bit, and anybody who wants to sort of come down front here to take photos, this would be your time to move. After that, we'll have some closing remarks. Thank you. Just give us a couple of minutes here.
Will the graduates please stand? Travis G. Connor. Trevor J. Crawford. Hayden A. Hunt. Abraham Jacobs IV. Jordan K. Johnson and Jonah. Liam C. Morrow. Travis Stratton. And Peter C. Sullivan.
If Jordan Johnson would step forward. You can do it, you've got a hand free. Take your tassels, go to left to right, right to left. Congratulations, class of 2018. money.
Congratulations, graduates. Tonight I'd like to close with just a poem that I found that I think exemplifies the work that you've done. Not everyone gets it right the first time. Success is unfortunately a wicked, difficult climb. However, for those who just won't lose hope, success will throw down a life-saving rope. Work hard, work smart, and you will succeed. Don't follow the rest of the world. Go off and take that lead. All the best wishes I send to you, my friends. I hope you get it more and more successful all the way to the end. Congratulations, graduates.